3.974 megacycles. Ren's Military Radio Net is a roundtable AM net that provides an opportunity for lights and fans to operate their Ren's military radio gear on the air. Military gear is vert, check in will be given a little bit used in the handoff. I'll call for check-ins at the end of each roundtable session. If anyone has anything for sale, please mention it during your turn in the roundtable session. So one more time down the list, my call sign, number 1 is W6NQI, number 2 is W6SSP, number 3 is W7MS, number 4 is N6BCT, and number 5 is WA7YBS. So one last call here. It's going to start number 6 filter. If you'd like to check in on that. Okay, alrighty, nothing heard. So well, anyway, good morning again, and we're on the ART-13 this morning. Right at about 200 watts, plus or minus a little bit. And this is on the R45 AR7 backup with the R388 on the loop antenna. Listening to an LS3 speaker. And on the D104 this morning. Wind's blowing pretty hard here. I don't have a weather report. I know Henry will, so I'll leave the weather up to Henry. But so far so good. I've heard everybody. Anyway, everything's going through an inverted V, and with the exception of the backup. So with that, we'll go up to the top. Dave, W6NQI with PRC 174. Sounds good, Dave. Go ahead and take it.
Right, K0DWC, W6NQI. Right, Chuck, well, the ART-13 with the D104 sounding good here in Livermore. Everybody's sounding good. I'd say, again, Henry is top dog. Right there with Steve. Yep, always sounding good down here in Livermore. But good morning to Steve, Mike, Bill, and Henry, and you, Chuck. And yeah, we're on the PRC 174 again today, and driving the Drake L7 amplifier. And no wind here. It's 58 degrees. Dark out. I can't tell if there's any clouds. I think there are. We had a little bit of rain yesterday. Yeah, kind of a sad day today. I had to put one of my dogs down last night. I think she must have had a stroke or something. So, the worst part was having to call my daughter back in Indiana. She grew up with that dog, so that was a brutal phone call. But always hate losing animals, always hate it. So, anyway, over to Steve. Sounding good here, Steve. W6SSP, W6NQI.
Okay, thank you, Dave. W6NQI, W6SSP. First of all, very sorry to hear about your dog. That's a tough thing to do. We've had a lot of animals here in Manners. Have a pretty big graveyard back of $1,000 cats and $5,000 dogs. And, the money doesn't matter when you have to put them down. They're definitely part of the family and a big loss when they go. So, very sorry to hear about that. Anyway, this is Steve, W6SSP, just north of Santa Rosa. Using the usual Collins 32V1 transmitter, about 85 watts out, into a dipole 30 feet up, unamplified D104. In the matching receiver, the 75A1. I planned to use the HR05 today, but got up late, didn't have a chance to hook it up, so maybe next time. Anyway, let's see, I do have one request. If anybody has a Junker EC1031, any version, I'm looking for the tag on the front of that. I've got one paired with a RLO. Both in really nice condition, cosmetic and electrically. but missing that tag, and it just really would like to find one if there are any out there. And if nobody has one, if somebody can make a scan of one that I can make a copy of and maybe use that, that would be appreciated. What was it? The Army version. RCS? That's what it is. I had a different tag, so it has to be the Army version, the BC-1031. So, the only big news here this week, or the last couple of weeks, is I finally got the 5-element tri-band beam up. It's only up 15 feet, but it's better than nothing. And I have been trying to do some testing with it, but 20 meters, which is the band I use most on sideband, RCW, it's been pretty dead this week, so I haven't really had a chance to use it all that much. Maybe this week will be a little bit better. So we'll send it on down to Mike, W7MS, W6SSP.
Okay, well, thank you, Steve, W6SSP, W7MS, Mike in Reno, and we'll say good morning to Dave, you Steve, Bill, Henry, and of course, thanks to Chuck for being there as net control for the military radio network, Nevada style. Well, comments to Dave on retirement. Again, congratulations on the upcoming D-Day, Thursday, T-Day. And fine on your comments on losing a member of the family. That's good on you. That's responsible pet ownership, etc. I'm always upset by folks who rarely admit the fact that they consider members of the family disposable when it comes to canines and cats, and to carry them from beginning to end is only the right thing. And very traumatic in a family dynamic situation, especially growing up with that animal. Certainly understand that, been there, done that. But let me see, this morning running the, well, we're back to the Grasshopper radio assortment here. And these guys are both configured in the 6-volt configuration, 6-volt DC supply, so maybe a Piper Cub again, but this is the transmitter is the AVT-15A, and the receiver is the AVR-20A, which is identified as an RCA model, but was actually assembled by the Continental Radio and Telegraph Corporation in Chicago, Illinois. And the AVT-50A is an RCA product, which the uniqueness is the very substantial looking transmitter from the front panel, including an RF ammeter, all kinds of binding posts, power ins and outs, and fuses, and a filament lamp that's lit up in bright red, and it looks really spiffy, but internally it's just a 6L6 that operates as the oscillator final, and a single-ended 6L6 for play modulation. Also includes an internal, I think it's I can't remember, is it synchronous or asynchronous power supply, but also powers the receiver and the transmitter in one fell swoop. And of course the interesting thing is antenna loading adjustments, because you got to find the sweet spot for power output and still maintain some degree of crystal activity. So I think we're generating about 7 watts a carrier and about 250 watts a carrier out of the Alpha 87AC. And thank you very much for the GTEL electret microphone that's modulating this device. So that's the setup here. Weather-wise, currently a peak wind gust of, holy schmoly, let's see what we could see here, 19 miles per hour, and currently 4 miles an hour average, and currently 4 miles an hour. Had peak wind gusts yesterday evening, afternoon of about 40 miles per hour, so that was kind of very annoying, extremely annoying to be outside, so pretty much an inside day, but no rain to this point as far as I can tell, but as David mentioned, it's dark out there, so not enough to show in a rain gauge, but we'll see what happens. So let's see if Bill can hear us. And good morning, Bill. N6BCT W7MS.
WA7YBS Bravo Charlie Tango. I have the 10 minutes of bunkers when I have behind on the mouth controller. Anyway, so that's the story here. I've got a pick up the computer or something. I don't know what I did to it. Anyway,
Chuck, you want to acknowledge W7AIT, Alpha Italy Tango?
Yeah, I never heard of that. W7AIT Tango. W7AIT, yeah, I copied just a little bit here and there, kind of like, well, just barely above my noise levels. I didn't hear everything you had to say. I do have you down on the paper as being number 6. Henry, was there, did you...
Chuck, your audio is breaking up, going from full audio to nothing. So I don't know, it sounds like a connection problem, microphone cable or something. Anyway, W7AIT, I didn't get the name, but I did get you were located in Modesto, California. Signal is, at this point in Dayton Valley, Nevada, is about Q3. About S4, 3x4. I can get, some things, but the name, well, it sounded like Jet, but I don't know if that was what it was, but we'll turn it over to you when I make what to do with my transmission, and we'll see if we can pick up some more information. So, morning to all, and let's see. We are running the ART-13 and 120 watts or so of carrier power. And we are also using the EMS 94 electret element as a microphone. So I don't. We'll see if there's anything really that sounds different. It shouldn't, but Chuck, the D104 sounded great till you started breaking up. And so anyway, that's too bad because there's a lot of clarity in the D104. And let's see, I don't know what the wind was here. We lost a couple of, not huge limbs, but a couple of limbs on the, whenever you got mature cottonwood trees, and quite a few of them, anytime the wind is over about 30 miles an hour, you're going to lose something. So anyway, there was a couple of medium-sized limbs that fell down yesterday. And temperature right now is 51 degrees. It's a little breezy, but not bad. And let's see, receiver is the Raycal RA17C. It's a 1959 first version of the C's. No number, just an RA17C. So it's a Mark II, a little different than the Mark III, the more common RA17Ls and like the C12s and stuff like that. This one's earlier and a little bit different. So it's the same, but it's a little bit different inside. So with that, let me turn it over to W7AIT, and when you're done, you turn it back to K0DWC, Delta Whiskey Charlie. So, W7AIT in Modesto as WA7YBS. Go ahead. Well, Chuck, he may have been a one and done. Go ahead and take it. You know, Chuck, or maybe I should say Dave, are you copying W7AIT? Where your location is there, you may have a better path than we do. Dave, how do you copy W7AIT? Go ahead.
W6MQI, negative copy. I'm really surprised. Every once in a while, I think I hear a voice in there.
Yeah, I think I heard one sentence and he was turning it over to Chuck. I think he's realizes that we can't hear him.
Okay, yeah, about the same thing. I can copy them sometimes, but not very often. Go ahead, Chuck. K0DWC and WA7YBS.
Okay, fellas, for that. I appreciate it. Am I breaking up now, or what? I don't know if I was pulled on the mic cord or something. When I was
Yeah, you're breaking up quite badly, Chuck. You ought to change microphones.
Well, now AIT's back. And he is in Modesto.
Okay, am I coming in any better now? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Alright, well, I don't know. You know, I had a little trouble with this T32 last week there at the end of the net, and I thought, well, I don't know what's going on with that, so I switched to the D104, and now there's trouble with that. So I don't know if it's the microphone or if it's something in the transmitter. But anyway, before I start again, Henry, is this sounding consistent now?
Yeah, it's much better. You aren't breaking up, and it's you know, there 100% of the time. And W7AIT is still there. He did make a short, very short transmission, and he was 100% here that time. So I don't know if you want to try again to pick him up there, Chuck, but go ahead.
Okay, thanks, fellas. I appreciate it. W7AIT, this is K0DWC, net control for the Vintage Military Radio Net. Let me see if I can copy you better now. Go ahead.
Go, Henry.
Okay, acting as a relay. Yeah, Chuck, W7YBS turned it back to you. He was, like Q2 to me. I could barely get a few words here and there, so I'm sure you're not copying any better. So we'll see what happens. Put him in the rotation there, and I'll turn it over to him on my next go around. So K0DWC, back to you. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks. Well, I managed to get his name. His name is Chip, Charlie Hotel India Papa. As Mike had stated, it was Modesto, California. I did hear that much. I don't know, with this weather, I've got a lot of static on my line. It doesn't matter what receiver I use, too, so it kind of drowns out some stuff. But I did copy his name, and I do have his call sign, so that's an accomplishment, and thank you to everybody for the help with that. Chip, nice to have you here on the Village Military Radio Net. I know the conditions may not be optimum in our path from Dayton Valley, Nevada, over to Modesto, but welcome to the net, and I'm inserting you in the number 6 spot. So let me see if there's anyone else that would like to check in on the tail end of the first round of B number 7. You can come now.
KB0W in South Lake Tahoe.
Well, Frank, good morning. How are you? You got a nice signal in the Dayton Valley this morning from up there at South Shore. So go ahead and make a transmission and send it back up to me, K0DWC. So K0DW, good to have you back on the net today. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, Chuck. I'm having a hard time hearing you and everybody else. I'm sure the signals are very strong, but I've got a noise level here with the power lines that's over S9, so I'm not getting very much information. But always a pleasure to be on the net and hear all of these the AM personalities. I couldn't hear AIT either, but there wasn't a prayer's chance in hell of me getting that. It's Frank in South Lake Tahoe. It's it's 34 degrees up here and pouring like mad, and lots of wind. The QTH is at 7,000 feet, so it's very, very windy up here. Been a really gloomy day yesterday, and today will be so. But it's a nice day to stay inside and play on the radio. Running the same old Johnson 500, about 260 watts out into a dipole antenna that's still strung up at about 65 feet between 2 sugar pines, and hoping that it doesn't come down today in all of this wind. But it's been up there for several years now, and it's still there, so God bless it. And I think this is going to be my one and done transmission unless the band gets better, and I don't think it will as the sun comes up. So I want to say good morning to everybody that I can hear: Steve, Mike, Bill, Henry, and Chuck. I can hear you. Thank you very much for running the net. I don't know who to turn it over to because, as I said, I'm having a hard time with hearing people in the noise, but I will now turn it over to whoever's next, or back to you, Chuck, and count me out. I'll be trying to listen to see if the band gets any better. This is KB0W in South Lake Tahoe.
Okay, yeah, you have a booming signal into Dayton Valley this morning. I'm sorry for your noise problems. You know, I've got some noise problems this morning myself here as well. I'm sure it's weather related because, the conditions really don't seem to be that bad. I don't know if I've got local noise this morning or not, but anyway, Frank, it's good to have you back. And hopefully the conditions will get better for you so you can come back and make a second transmission. So let's see, is there a number 8 out there that would like to check in for the Village Military Radio Net? Come now.
Kilo Echo 6, Quebec, Kilo, following. Good morning.
Rich, good morning. K6QK, Ballin, Nevada. How's things there this morning? I've got you in the number 8 spot, Rich, so go ahead and make a transmission and send it back up to me, K0DWC.
Yeah, good morning. A little bit late rising this morning. Sorry about that. Had procedure Tuesday. I'm doing okay, guys. I just don't feel too well. That the damn medicine makes you feel sicker than the disease. But we're doing okay. I want to come in here and talk on Sunday morning. I want to listen to everybody. We're running the same thing. I'd like to pass along my DX100 here. It's carried out. We're running 110 watts on a 1961 DX100B. The microphone is a 1961 Shure controlled magnetic microphone I bought as a teenager. The trap dipole, we're running a trap dipole. It's only about 25 feet tall, and it ends at 10. It has 2 coils in it, so it's a trap, very narrow bandwidth, but it's perfect. It's 0 SWR. Perfect, 110 watts to that antenna. It's doing very well. The DX100 loves to transmit to it. It just loads it down full power. Receiver, we're still using the 1991 R8 Drake communications receiver. That one is on the end-fed long wire that I used to use on the DX100. It's a good receiver antenna. By the way, I was copying W7AIT chip in Modesto. Okay. About an S3, S4, but very clear. I don't know the list this morning because I'm late, so I'll turn it back to you, Chuck. Good morning. God bless everybody. K0DWC, KE6.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I've got some mic problems here. Something going on here. But anyway, okay, Rich. K6QK. Let's see, is there number 9 out there? I'd like to check in. Go ahead. Okay, nothing heard. So, we better go ahead and get started with round 2. Dave, I'm sorry to hear about the pup. That's always a hard thing. You know, we treat ours like a child, so I understand that. And I hate it for your daughter. That's terrible. That would have been a brutal call. Sorry to hear that, and congratulations again on your retirement. So on Thursday, I guess, I think that's what you said. But great job there, and Steve, way to go getting the beam antenna up. Congratulations on that as well. So anyway, we'll start round 2, and we'll go to the top. And W6MQI, Dave, to take it. Go ahead, Dave.
K0DWC, W6MQI. Alright, guys. Quite a lot of new guys came on board here. I want to say thanks for the comments. My comments on the yep, she was 14 years old. And yep, they are part of the family. Always a sad loss. Move on. Alright, guys. Good morning to Rich. You're sounding good here so far. Frank, you were last engineer. And I thought Well, I received my new WS94 mic helmet, and I was looking at them, and I had an old RS38 Deco mic recounder. You know, it probably make that work inside there. So I took it apart, examined it, and the back section, which has the push-to-talk mechanism, center section, which holds the elements, and the cover piece. So I got on my CAD program and drew up a new cover and a new center section to hold the WS94 mic. And about 10 tries, I finally got this part to work to where I liked it. And it all went together into the back half of the RS38 Deco microphone. So, fortunately, I didn't try it out because I don't have an extra PL68 plug. They have to scavenge one off the key that goes to my PCS. Looking on eBay, man, those things are pricey. But, so I don't know, I might have to scavenge one off one of my other. Like I said, test that new microphone out. Looking forward to it. They sure do sound good. And Chuck, both microphones are inflated, and then you got a dirty jack inside that transmitter. The oxygen, wipe it on a connector, slide it in there. Again, you play the jack off. That's probably what it is. And with this new microphone I'm working on, I'm also, I read your website there, Henry, on the GRC19 mic option. So I'm going to look into what I need to do there. And my business Steve on your antenna. Good job on that. And what else? What else we got going here? I think that's about it. There's something else. Probably best. But yeah, we'll get it next time. Anyway, guys, who's next here? Steve, W6SSP, W6MQI.
Okay, Dave, W6MQI, W6SSP, and good morning, Frank, and everybody. Oh boy, yeah, sun's starting to come out here. So we'll see how conditions hold up. Was not able to hear W7AIT, but was able to hear station in there, but right at the noise level. Frank, you're booming in here. I mean, you really are booming in here with Johnson 500. I'm only about 12 miles from the coast. I'm probably the furthest west, other than Bill, and 6BCT. So you're doing quite well. Your altitude is probably making a big, big difference with that. And let's see, Henry, I want to comment on your microphone element there. It sounds great. Usually electric elements have a very bassy sound to it, and they're usually very easy to identify. But not the one you're using. It sounds very natural, almost like it's a cord. So very good on that. And Mike, yeah, for a very simple transmitter, that thing sounds great. I was kind of surprised at how basic that thing is. At one point, I think I had the matching receiver and moving the status in the CHRS events and further getting. Didn't have the power supply. It was full of crystals, but at the time that was I wasn't well into crystal driving, so I didn't. So it went away. A few other things like that. Let's see, other things going on now. Continue to help Justin, KW6SEA, with the National NC101XA he picked up at Lincoln. It turned out to be even more butchered than I thought it was. There's good bones, but many ham-fisted modifications that may never have worked. So we're kind of going through a long list of quirks and problems. And I don't know. I think the best approach is to try to put it back to original, which is going to be possible, but a big job. So So we'll see how that goes. He's got 2 young kids, so he doesn't have a lot of time, so I don't know when we'll get back on that again, but that will be a long-term winter project. Not much else going on here, so we'll send it down to Mike, W7MS, W6SSP.
Okay, well, thank you, Steve. And I think the band is fading, at least towards the end of your transmission, so hopefully we're doing okay up to Santa Rosa. W6SSP, W7MS, Mike in Reno. And with that, good morning to Rich in Fallon, and nice to hear Frank up in South Lake Tahoe. Good signals from both. And, of course, a little challenge from AIT and Modesto, but we're all doing just well. And, you know, life is good. And an update, now that there's outside visibility, the ground is wet. So we have had some precipitation, but not enough to show in the rain gauge here in the hours of darkness. So that's the official update on the weather report. And Steve, I forgot to mention on the first round, congratulations on the getting the beam up. And just a side comment, I was on 10 meters yesterday, and the band was not jumping, but it was open, and worked a few stations on upper side band. Heard a few extremely weak, non-negotiable carriers in the AM window, but there was some AM operation going on, but not anything that was would require any disruption, let's say. And of course, if I called CQ, I may have had better results, but I just didn't have that level of ambition. Plus the issue with the, which is well known with the Force 12C3 beam and the mighty flexible spindly elements. When you have a windstorm, your standing wave ratio is rocking and rolling, very all over the place. So that was another reason not to operate on 10. But I did listen a little bit in the AM window, and it was, you know, so give it a shot. Let's tune around. But congratulations on getting that guy up and functioning. And yeah, good job on 3D printing, and continued success with your microphone modifications, but being held up by a connector issue. It's well, I'm sure next time you're at a swap meet, dig through the bottom of all those boxes. You know, you can probably buy a complete microphone for 50 cents and has the right connector, but of course that doesn't do you any good here in real time. Oh yeah, and on Steve's link for the data plate, WA6OPE, I think he'd certainly be worth an inquiry. And he may have it, but of course it's in the basement. That's the other issue. But he's always been a great source for and very helpful. Tom's been fantastic for me, and I know all the other folks are on frequency for stuff. He's really good purveyor of stuff. And let me see here. I think that about covers it. And we're live on YouTube, so life is good with a little bit of audio delay, so that's fantastic. I've got it turned on up front, so I know I'm at least modulating and somewhat on frequency. So over to Bill, and again, good morning to Bill. N6 BCT W7NS.
And I don't have an amplifier, so there's 25 watts of the story there. And, you know, put myself down here on the log here. Yeah, I have a problem here. My Wi-Fi thing didn't work, and I had to go to Wi-Fi, and I got it to work, but we come back to it, and then I have to put it in the new system. So, what is it? anyway, it's the red thing with a circle on it. Anyway, it's left and right. I think it turns out to one. And so I can put the half-bird in there. I switched it over to it and put a captain in, and then I can lay it down so dark in here. Because my face looked up, so I didn't get the normal thing that I used to do is I have to switch the Wi-Fi instead of the other one, direct connection there. Anyway, I didn't get written down the next guy, and 6 basically, go ahead the next guy, and 6 basically.
Okay. N6BCT WA7YBS. All right, Bill. And got pretty good copy on you. And I'm on a little bit different microphone. Well, not a little bit, a completely different microphone. So I don't know. I'm looking at the scope, and it's modulating really well, but I don't know how well it sounds. This is an Electro-Voice 210S Bakelite case, nice looking mic, and of course, you know, the Electret wouldn't fit in it, so it had some lost stanchions, I guess you'd say, inside, and so the Electret, the ENS94 wouldn't fit in, and so what I did was I found a 1987 carbon microphone element that was very small. So anyway, that fit in there just fine. And that's what this is. This is a carbon element, NOS, from 1987. And it probably sounds like it, but we'll see what the reports are. But at any rate, that is what's going on here. So Chip there in Modesto has been in the background there a couple of times. So let me turn it over to him and get a transmission. Now, Chip, you turn it over to Chuck, or I should say, Frank only did a one and done, so it won't go to him. Won't go to K-Bow. It'll go to KE7QK, Kilo Echo 7, or Kilo Echo 6, Quebec Kilo, KE6QK. So W7AIP, WA7YBS, go ahead. KB0.
Okay, Frank. We lost Chip. We're not sure where he was at in his transmission there, but we'll go ahead and send it over to you, Frank. KB0W. Go ahead.
Okay, I think I have it here. I'm still here, KB0W in South Lake, and I wanted to get some comments. The noise level diminished a little bit and I wanted to congratulate Chuck on his retirement and my condolences for the loss of the canine. And Steve, thanks for the report from Vista, and congratulations on getting a beam up. Haven't had one in a long, long time. And Mike, your signal here is 20 over. You're the bandmaster this morning, and actually got out of the noise. I can hear the quality of your transmitter. And Bill, I was able to hear you just minimally from Half Moon Bay, but I could actually hear the modulation this morning. And Henry, I like your first microphone a lot better than the Electret sounded much better than the carbon mic, and couldn't hear Chuck at all in Chip rather in Modesto. Spent most of the week playing CW, and I did a rehabilitation on a Drake TR4 CW. I retubed the whole thing and cleaned it up, and it was working really nice, getting about 200 watts CW out of it. So that was my project for the week. Anyways, I wanted to say 73 to everybody, and thanks for the second transmission here. And I'll turn it over to Rich and Fallon. K0DWC, this is KB0W, and I'll say 73.
Well, KB0W, KE6QK in the group. Well, thank you very much, Frank. You're well over 9 here in Fallon. What we're seeing here, everyone gave their weather report. It's 53 degrees in the Great Basin. No wind, overcast, no rain. And okay, on the projects, Steve and the group, keep working on those microphones. There's a D104 project going on here in the shop. My son is visiting. He's an audio engineer, and I gave him the task to work on these D104s. We got a new element, and I just haven't got to that yet. I'm working on the Ranger. I got the Ranger completely done with the fused AC circuit, and the first time I brought it up, it annihilated the fuse. I still have a short in that transmitter. I haven't found it yet. I'll find it today. We're going to turn it down again and start over. That's the worst thing in the world when you have a complex circuit in there and you don't know what component or where the short is. It's really hard to trace it through. The whole thing is shorted. So we're going to work on that. That Ranger is going to come up. It's in beautiful shape. I have a donor transmitter here with spare parts. That's just a total junker, but the transformers are good if I need them. Okay, D104. Okay, everyone's over 9. Bill, you're running an S7, which is good this morning. The long wire antenna is working very well on receive here. I'm hearing I can hear a Chip trying to get in there. Apparently, Chip, you're not hearing YBS. I don't know what you're using down there, but I'm hearing you. Anyway, thank you again, and back up to Chuck. K0DWC, KE6QK. Pick it up.
Okay, Rich. K6QK in group. K0DWC. All right, well, let's see if there's anybody number 9's open if you'd like to check in. Come on. Okay, nothing heard, so let's go ahead and start the 7-3 round. Oh, 7-3's to Frank, by the way, and we'll send it back up to Dave. This is a 7-3 round, gentlemen, so Dave, this is MQI. It's all yours. Go ahead.
Alright, K0DWC and WA7YBS. Alrighty, guys. And Frank, that was me, Dave, that's retiring. I'm with the shop. So, anyway, alright guys, stay with Tree. And yep, we do have some overcast here. But, I think the rest of the week is supposed to be good down here. And conditions are taking a dump. So, Lord Steve, W6SSP, W6SBS.
Yeah, conditions are starting to go away a little bit, but boy, Bill, on your last transmission, I think the strongest I've ever heard you. So, yeah, things are moving around a little bit. That's how it goes. Hey, Mike, thank you very much for the tip on 10 meters. I haven't listened around that much on this antenna. And by the way, the thing is literally 10 feet directly over my head at this operating position. So, kind of worried about RF in the shack. It's kind of a silly way to use a beam, but over the years, the biggest challenges I've had on ham radio was never having a good antenna. And I don't know, like a beam like this being up 15 feet is much better, but we'll give it a shot. I've got problems here with nosy neighbors, so even though I've owned a few of them in the past, never put them up. Got to do what you have available and what conditions you like. Let's see, and thank you for the tip. I will ask Tom if he has a tag for the BC1051 in his spare parts bin. Even though Tom was fairly close, I've never had a chance to see his basement. I'd like to do that. I've heard all kinds of stories about it, but maybe one of these days we'll get together. He's never been here either, so we'll see how that goes. He was on last week. It was good to hear him, but I didn't check in. And yeah, Henry, I will also comment that the first microphone sounded much better than the second one. So there's a point of reference. The thing about microphones and audio quality is you can't really tell on your own usually. It's kind of dependent on other people to give you comments, and that's mine. And Frank, very good on restoring your TR4CW. I think I mentioned that I have one here, or TR4C, and a buddy here, Jason K0DWC saw mine a couple of years ago, liked it, and he found one too. So he's using his as well, and he's a CW guy, so he was impressed with the C, and I told him about the CW, so he's kind of looking for one himself. And David, I forgot to ask you what breed your dog was. Again, so sorry about that. It's just happening last night or yesterday. It's fresh in mind and probably will be for a while. So very sorry about that. So stay 73 guys. Hope to see you all next weekend, and we'll send it over to Mike. W7MS, W6SSP, 73 all.
Okay, Steve. Hello. Okay, just checking my crystal activity. Going to touch it up. Things are warming up here. Good old temperature compensation. This is W7MS to get back on subject. And Steve, again, we're waiting further updates on the 101XA. From the top of the chassis, it looked pretty good. And so I did look under the hood at the swap meet, but really essentially no surprise in your comments, but always a disappointment to discover the almost hamster tracks and maybe a little hamster fecal matter in and about that national. But fine on the comments on Henry's microphone. He went to his go-to carbon, but of course no surprise there, and the relative audio reports between the A version and the B version of the microphone in use. So good on that. And thanks, Chuck, for running the show. A little bit of confusion here, and appreciate your patience. And maybe we'll hear again from Chip in better conditions. But essentially, I think it's either power level or antenna on his end in Modesto, not necessarily propagation. We should be able to hear him just fine if things are in the right parameters. But that's just my editorial comment. But without 7.3s from radar, it's been fun. It's always fun. And over the ball, N6 BCT W7MS.
And it's great to hear on the net. And always remember W6MS John. And it's something that we used to go to swap meets together back in the old days. Anyway, so that's the story is. And anyway, that's my story. I'm here with the Benzola flat box project. And I used to get on the message from it. And then they wanted to, because I had to switch to somehow, because I didn't get something connected, so I was not on the normal connection to things, so I had to go to Wi-Fi connection. And so now I want a password. And so I haven't touched one yet. So there we go. This is N6 Bravo Charlie 73. It's over the WA7YBS.
Okay, Bill. N6 BCT WA7YBS. All right. And we're strong from Bill there from Halfland Bay. Q5, copy. And, okay, well, thanks for the report. That electro voice, that was just to get that microphone working. I've always liked that style, the electro voice 210. And it's too bad it's too bad it sounds crappy, but, what can you say? So we're back on the Electret, the EMS 94 element, and in the Chicom Shure 102C lookalike case. And but anyway, yeah, I think once you go to the Electrets, it's kind of like, boy, you get good comments, and so you really like to use them. And of course, I'll listen to Wavelength Radio's recording and see how bad that electro voice really sounds. I mean, it looks good on the scope, but that's just the scope. What can you say? 73 all around. Everybody have a good one. And hey, I think I'm in control next week. So anyway, let's try one more time down there to Chip. W7AIT. This is WA7YBS. Go ahead. He probably isn't copying me. Let's send it over to Rich, KE6QK. Go ahead, Rich. It's WA7YBS.
Yeah, WA7YBS in the group. KE6QK, and Bill, you're the strongest I've ever heard you ever. You actually got up to S9 here. Shocking. You've probably done something to your antenna or something. Wow, you've come up quite well from the past there. Okay, I'm glad I made it in here in time, and we'll see everyone next week. I'm going to continue on with the Ranger. I'm going to strip her down again today. I'm going to take her right down to find that short. The rest of it, that Ranger I'm working on is cherry. All the capacitors have been changed. All the mechanicals were aligned. They got a kind of a funky, complex cam gear in there that switches bands. All the wafer switches have been cleaned and aligned and checked for continuity. So if I get through this power supply issue, and I do have a spare transformer here with the donor machine, so hopefully we can be testing that. And by the way, my two-step microphone is a 2-pin model, so I won't have to build a microphone for the Ranger. See you all next week. K0DWC and the group, KE6QK. God bless. Bye-bye.
Well, I guess that'll wrap it up. Well, it was a good net today. A little bit challenging, but still a good net all the same. So thanks to everybody for being there. And W7AIT tip, if you're still listening, try us again on next weekend, or next Sunday morning. I'm sure, the conditions will probably be a little bit better, and, maybe on your end or something, maybe you found something on your antenna or your power, as Mike stated. So, anyway, good to have you, and good to have Rich back as well, and Frank. So, everybody have a good, safe day today, and a good, safe week ahead. And I'll shut the net down for today, and I'd like to thank everybody for their participation, and invite everybody back next Sunday morning, and talk to you all then. So as Henry stated, he'll be net control next weekend, so we'll talk to you guys later. So with that, I'm going to turn the net back over to regular amateur use. This is K0DWC, Dayton Valley, Nevada. Signing off, saying 7-3, guys, and take care. 7-3.
W7MS KE6QK, quickie. KE6QK, nothing heard out.
I don't know if anybody's still around. I'm not really loaded up for AM here. This is W5HRO. I turned this thing on late this morning.
W5HRO, KE6QK, you're well over 9 in Fallon, Bob.
Okay, I'm on the solid state rig. I was listening for a little bit, but I'm not really loaded properly. I really don't want to make too long of a transmission. But I can hear most of you guys. I'm here in Cameron Park here in Northern California in El Dorado County.
What's the handle?
I think I heard Dave in Livermore too. I think he's moving to North Carolina soon. I wanted to say, hey, if he's still listening. But I'm going to get out of here. I don't want to run this thing too long. It's too hard on it. 73s. This is W5HRO.
Yeah, you're well over 9 in Fallon. Have a good day, and talk to you later. KE6QK.